Hello and welcome to the South Asian Insider investigative story on Josh India WebTV. I'm Sharanjit Singh Tind, your host and editor of the South Asian Insider Weekly. The topic for this week for our story is cryptocurrency scams, and one of the main focus is a couple who was arrested in Manhattan, in New York, for stealing bitcoins almost worth $4.5 billion. Now, why did we pick cryptocurrency as the topic of our investigative story? Is because it's happening all around us. I know so many people personally who have been conned, duped, or taken for a ride, sometimes running into millions of dollars for dealing in so called immediate gains in cryptocurrencies. And another thing is cryptocurrencies, blockchain, bitcoins. This is this is not a temporary phenomenon. This is gonna stay here. It's a new phase of finance. It's not the future. It's the present. It's gonna stay here. It's gonna stay here for a while, and we are all going to see the changes all around. How do we banking do the banking? How do we go about financing, payments, everything in our daily lives? If you have used Venmo, if you have used Zelle, or any other kind of like payment transfer, P2P, peer-to-peer payment transfer mechanisms in your banks, this is all right now when we talk is being affected. So that's why we picked up this topic, the crypto scam, and there are many happening around us, and one of them was so big that we had to pick up this story. This story involves a couple living in, husband and wife, living in Manhattan, New York, who pulled this $4.5 billion worth of Bitcoin scam, cryptocurrency scam. And how did they pull it? Let's start. Let me take you through the whole story now. So the crocodile of Wall Street, that's what the couple was dubbed. They were given a name, crocodile of the Wall Street, and they were arrested for stealing bitcoins worth $4.5 billion. The word cryptocurrency is making rounds in the economical sector for the past few years, and it has created a buzz of its own. Everyone is talking about it. Everyone is investing their bucks on it. The value of cryptocurrency is increasing with each passing day, while some are plummeting and have so far. The latest cryptocurrency route, when the market just went for a tailspin, went down, it wiped out almost $1 trillion out of the valuations of Bitcoin. Bitcoin at one time, it reached to $70,000 for one Bitcoin. And then what happened is it started its journey, Bitcoin, from like 0.000, like less than 8 cents, 0.0008 cents, like less than a penny, and then it went all the way up $70,000, and then now it's hovering around $20,000. So you can imagine how much money people who got in on late, how much they lost, and how much money people who got into it at the right time, how much they made. On a different topic, there are Winklevoss brothers, who are called the first Bitcoin cryptocurrency billionaires. And there is a book, if you are interested in reading it, Bitcoin Billionaires. That book details the whole story of whole Bitcoin's journey. How did it all started in 2008, and from there on, it went all the way to different markets. And then recently, a couple from New York is making headlines for all the wrong reasons related to cryptocurrency. Heather Morgan, a 31-year-old published Forbes author and rapper, she says it on her Twitter, Facebook, Instagram bio, which of course has been taken off now. Along with her husband, Ilya, a 34-year-old startup founder, and they allegedly hacked Bitfinex. Bitfinex. It's a cryptocurrency exchange. Just like you keep your money in the bank, you keep cryptocurrencies. You have the bitcoins you own, the Ethereum you own, and many other Dogecoin, many of the other currencies. You keep them in a digital wallet, and they are traded on an exchange, crypto exchange. So this exchange's name was Bitfinex, a cryptocurrency exchange. The couple successfully stole 119,754 bitcoins from the exchange in 2016. At the time of the huge crypto heist, the bitcoins were worth about $70 million, but in 2020 it has a value of over $4.5 billion. So now there is another thing I want to talk about: how these busts are reported, how these arrests are reported for the financial value of those crimes, like how much the crime or the heist or this stolen thing was valued. So when they busted it, the whole heist was just $70 million. In 2022, it might have been half of what they said the authorities said these guys did the scam for. But in 2022, the beginning, the value was $4.5 billion of bitcoins, which they stole from this exchange called Bitfinex. Heather Morgan, who goes by the name Crocodile of Wall Street, was arrested in February 2022 along with her husband. Law enforcement officials of the United States have already confiscated $3.6 billion from the couple after arresting them. Lisa Monaco, the Deputy Attorney General of the United States, has called this as the department's largest financial seizure ever. Largest financial seizure ever. And the reason this scam heist is dubbed as the Crocodile of Wall Street, because Heather Morgan, she used to call herself Crocodile of Wall Street in a funny way, because she also did the rapping stuff as well, rapper, and then she had many other rapper and Forbes author she used to write as well. So on the funny side, probably on the humorous side, she called herself Crocodile of Wall Street. Bitfinex is a Hong Kong-based digital currency exchange site, which was hacked by this couple in 2016, in which they managed to steal almost 120,000 bitcoins. The stealing of such a large number of bitcoins resulted in a rapid dip in the price of bitcoins at that time. If we look closely at the minute details of the crime, it becomes increasingly evident that this was meticulously pre-planned. The Crocodile of Wall Street and her husband employed a wide array of highly specialized currency laundering tricks, including but not limited to creating new online accounts with fake identities. The couple managed to take hold of the stolen cryptocurrencies with the help of a large number of automated cryptocurrency transactions. These automated transactions are carried out using complicated computer programs. This technique allowed the hacker couple to orchestrate mass transactions in a very short period of time. So this is for a normal everyday person, this all looks like magic. But if you look closely, if you look into the details, it's not that very complicated. It's just like hacking into a bank's website through some specialized softwares, and then hacking into someone's account and stealing all their money. The comparison in this case, they stole the cryptocurrency, not the physical money. And instead of hacking into some bank's account, they hacked into this digital exchange, cryptocurrency exchange, Digifinex. So it's not that different, but of course it's we are in a new era of finance, so it looks a little different. Morgan and her husband avoided immediate suspicion and legal actions by carefully depositing the stolen cryptocurrencies in more than one virtual currency exchange and dark web markets. Now here's what we need to know. Here is what I need to clarify. just like hacking into a bank account. You take the money out and then you open further accounts in different banks. So this is what exactly was the parallel. So what they did is they took the money, took the bitcoins out, and then they opened different accounts, cryptocurrencies account called digital wallets with other cryptocurrency exchanges. So Winklevoss brothers, who became first billionaires, Bitcoin billionaires, they also used to run digital exchange, cryptocurrency exchange. And then also this couple, Heather Morgan and her husband, they used help of dark web markets. So what is dark web? Dark web and what are dark web markets? It's a very long topic. It's a very lengthy topic. In short, what I'll say is there is internet and there is hidden internet. Internet is what, and it's also said like the internet we see is very little small as compared to the hidden internet. And hidden internet all the time doesn't have to be bad. It's sites which are not searchable within Google and other search engines like Microsoft's Bing, but it may not be bad. But then there is dark web. What is dark web? Dark web is where like all sort of a lot of illegal activities happen. There are people hired for extortions, this kind of scam. There are a lot of kind of drugs are sold. Prostitution happens. So dark web is the dark underbelly of internet, and this couple used websites on dark web. One of those websites was Silk Road, which FBI took many years back down, and the founder of that website, Silk Road, I believe, is still in prison. So the funds were later withdrawn and put to use by the couple bit by bit. The couple also converted the stolen bitcoins into other types of cryptocurrency, which included AEC, enhanced virtual currency. They also used their startup businesses as means to hide the laundering activities. Morgan, Heather Morgan, the main architect of this heist, she attracted suspicions when she urged a bank by saying that a client of her writing company sales folk wants to pay her in bitcoins. She made another mistake by using some of the bitcoins to develop her business startups even further. Ilya, Lichtenstein, her husband, Morgan's husband, put a final nail in the coffin when he transferred about $2.1 million worth of bitcoins to the accounts of his startups named EndPass and DemandPath. These might be the websites they further wanted to incorporate and, of course, wanted to hide their ill-gained bitcoins. The couple are currently charged under conspiracy and money laundering charges. The maximum sentences for the charges are imprisonment for 20 years. With increasing digital and cryptocurrencies, hacking and stealing our assets is becoming a matter of a few clicks. As we march towards a more digital world economy, we must take uncompromising measures to find and punish fund laundering hackers in order to have a safe and secure economic future. My message and unqualified advice to all our viewers, our readers of the South Asian Insider and viewers of this show on Josh India Web TV, is when you get any kind of solicitation on text, WhatsApp messages, email, on Facebook, Instagram, where they promise you to make instant millionaire, instant a lot of money, which you can make by dealing in these cryptocurrencies and other of these digital currencies. You should suspect and consult proper authorities, consult your family, consult your friends, consult some digital experts before putting in even a dime. The scam is not new, just the strategy is new. These scams have been pulled for centuries. There was a tulip scam, there was a cash advance scam, there was credit card scams, a Nigerian scam. This particular scam, there are all kind of scams. So in this case, this couple hacked into some very wealthy individual's account, or the institution's account. We don't know the details, but in our daily lives, everyday lives, what happens? People get solicitations, people get messages where they're promised like easy riches, where the money is promised to be doubled in a week or 10 days. And a lot of you will say, oh, I don't do this, I don't do that. But we have victims all around us. It could be a very simple message from LinkedIn, Facebook, where they promise you jobs, where they promise you some other gigs, and they say send a check to you, which you cash, and then the check bounces, and now you are responsible for the whole money which has been stolen from the account. So my advice is check it before you jump on any kind of opportunity. And with this, we come to the conclusion of our end of our show. Once again, I'm Sharanjit Singh Thind, your show host and editor and publisher of the South Asian Insider Weekly. South Asian Insider Weekly is one of the oldest newspapers for the South Asian community, published from New York since March 2002. And we wish you all very good evening. From there on, see you next week.